Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wayne Gaming. It's 70 minutes to the gaming drag today. I'm coming back at you into the Let's Play episode of Home Zomewhere Else. So yeah, before we jump into it, actually, you know what? We'll do the Patreon stuff at the end of the video. Let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. My goodness, Kathy. This is amazing. You're an outstanding cook. Don't talk with your mouth full, Chad. You take another sip of the coffee and swallow everything you were chewing on. Sorry. So, what do you think? It's absolutely marvelous. Everything fits together perfectly. Glad you like it. I know there isn't as much variety as the other day, but I'll make sure to have more treats tonight. Don't worry about that. This alone is more than enough. Thank you so much, Kathy. You've given me so much already. Free food, free housing, and your kindness. I don't know if I'll ever be able to repay you. Well, the food and room isn't entirely free, but a good man such as yourself deserves love and respect. As for paying me back, I really need some help expanding my garden. I normally don't like asking for help, but I really can't do it on my own. Consider it done. I'm more than willing to do it. Well, whoa, hold your horses. I'll explain the details later, but we're going to need extra help. Even the two of us won't be enough to get it done. Extra help? Kathy nods at you while scratching the back of her head, intimidated by the task. How big is this garden going to be? Also, Chad, the mother cat motions you to come close just like yesterday, whispering in your ear. Remember that today is Thony's birthday. Don't tell him anything yet. I'm preparing a surprise birthday party for him later. I already sent invites for his classmates and friends. Alright, gotcha. Not a word. Am I invited too? Kathy stares into your eyes with a confused look before bonking your snout with a spoon. Ow! Of course you are, silly. She shakes her head jokingly. She relaxes away from your ear. So, what do you have planned for today? After I dropped Thony off at school, Ginny said today was going to be dedicated to painting up the cafe. She seems adamant that we get it all done today. The whole place today? And all by yourself? I guess so. I hope Ginny helps out. Will you be able to at least rest some here and there? I'm sure I will. I got to have a lunch break yesterday. She brought me some free food, which was pretty nice of her to do. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry I didn't pack you a lunch, but I can whip up something. No. Don't worry about that. You already made me an amazing breakfast, so I don't want to burden you even more. Making sure you're well fed is far from a burden to me. You can't help but feel a little embarrassed as she flashes a warm smile. Well, thank you so much, Kathy. I'll let you know if I need food later on. Alrighty, and you're very welcome. That being said, cover your ears, please. Huh? Thony! Kathy screams in the direction of Thony's room. You're glad you listened because she didn't even give you a second to react. Whoa, is it getting to be that time already? You can hear footsteps coming from the corridor. Hey, Mom, I'm ready to go. Did you brush my teeth? Of course I did. Good. Is something the matter? Something wrong, Mom? No, sweetie, it's just that I usually have to tell you 2 or 3 times for you to listen. Mom! I love it. Ah! Thony gets close to Kathy and whispers into her ear. Not in front of Mr. Chad. Thony doesn't really know how to whisper, does he? It's pretty easy to make out what he's saying. Does Thony not normally act this well behaved? She seems pretty confused by him doing what he's supposed to. Thony steps back from Kathy with a smile. And done. Are you ready to go, Mr. Chad? Sure. Thank you so much, Kathy, for the breakfast. It was delicious. Of course it's delicious. I made it. Kathy winks at you with a chuckle, reminding you of last night's stew conversation. Absolutely. Go ahead and leave your plate on the table. I'll clean it up. Thanks. Let me drop off Thony before it gets too late. Yay! Thank you, Chad. I'll go pick him up later so you don't have to worry about rushing from work today. If you need me to grab him, the school's near the cafe. Alrighty, I'll let you know. The cat slides the chair back before heading into the kitchen. She retrieves a paper bag with hearts and smiling cats drawn onto it from the kitchen counter. Here's your lunch, Anthony. The small kitten happily accepts the bag and stores it in his backpack. Thanks, Mom! Alright, Mr. Chad, let's go! Thony starts walking to the door. Excuse me, are you forgetting something, young man? The kitten turns back around, seemingly embarrassed. Kathy touches her cheeks with her fingers. Thony then walks to her and... Chew! Aw, they're so cute. Alright, love you, sweetie. You have a good day, okay? Love you too, Mom. See ya! With Thony waiting patiently at the front door, you finally get up from your seat. Alright, we should be on our way. Hold up. Come here. Kathy opens her arms, welcoming you for a hug. Sorry, Mr. Chad, no turning back now. You hesitate for a second or two, but you know it would be terribly cold to refuse her hug. I'm not gonna lie, you feel kinda awkward. It's only been a few days, so you weren't expecting one. In the past, you used to hug people all the time. The two of you walk towards each other, but she's the one who initiates the hugging ritual. She confidently wraps both of her arms around you. You're a bit taller than she is, so her face is pressed into your chest. You wrap your arms behind her neck. It's really nice. When was the last time someone gave you a hug? I'm so grateful to have you here with us, Chad. I'm the one that should be grateful. You guys saved me. Thank you. Kathy squeezes tighter for a second before letting go entirely. You do the same. All right, honey. Have a good day. Thanks. You too, Kathy. See you later. Bye, Mom. Bye. Be safe, you two. The two of you wave one last time before exiting the house, closing the door behind you. All right, Mr. Chad. Same route as yesterday. Okay, cool. Let's get going. Thony leads the way to the school. You both walk through the suburbs, down the hill, and past the waterfront until you finally see a familiar stone archway. We're right near the park, and just in time to get some souvenirs. Thony points at the small pop-up shop next to the bus stop. It sits right outside the park's southern entrance. The small kitten trusts the man next to it. He seems pretty happy as he approaches. You figure he knows what he's doing. Good morning, mister. Greetings, my lord. How many wares assist you on your mighty quest? What? 1 second, y'all. Water time. Alright, y'all, and we are back. I just got me and Elle a copy of Helldivers 2, so we're gonna be spreading super democracy to the galaxy at large. Anyway, Laura, let's go ahead and continue. Alrighty. An ornately dressed man wearing a leather vest, feathered hat, and poofy pants who greets your liege. May I have a draught of healing and an elixir of magicka? Oh, I get it now. They're nerds. Why, of course, anything for a mighty warrior. Mage! The man is stopped dead in his tracks, stammering for a second as Thony stares him down. Did he just assume his class? Ah, my apologies, wise one. I shall bringeth thy potions forth. Sir Chad, doth thou desire sustenance? Fancy a dragon's fang, or perhaps a fairy's wing? Fetch me a dragon's fang, good sir. What on earth is a dragon's fang? The kitten lightly elbows your arm, his eyes sparkling with joy. I knew you'd be cool enough to play along. Ah, I see why I was mistaken. You surely must be the noble warrior. Here is thine dragon's fang, and my finest brews for the brilliant mage. You accept the stick of crystal candy, and Thony receives 2 plastic bottles of juice. As thou must know, my wonderful wares are free to wanderers such as yourselves. Feast well and fight for the heart of Marimabo. Thank you, kind sir. Thank you, I thank thee, Madam Many Wares. Until the summer comes then, you'll find me here. May our paths cross once more. Let me see if I can do this. Welcome back, stranger. The years ain't been kind to us, I suppose. Before the two of you leave the van and his wooden trolley, you notice a small tip jar. You decide to throw in a few dollars. He bows gracefully before waving his hat at you. The two of you enter the park smiling, pleasantly content by the experience. Thank you for that, Mr. Chad. It's nice to have someone who can play along with me. Mom always looks confused by that guy. Sometimes I'm nervous to grab something. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I used to play a ton of role-playing games back in the day. Have you ever tried tabletop RPGs such as Maw of Cthulhu, or Waypoints and Wyverns? Waypoints and Wyverns, really? I've never heard of those. How do they work? Oh my god, Thony, we have to play someday. It's basically what you just did with that man running the shop, but way more immersive. You can make your own characters however you want as long as they're not too overpowered. So I can be a mage then? Of course, you can also make your own classes, earn experience, and level up. But you want me to teach you one of these days? Hell yeah, sounds like fun. I can't wait, Mr. Chad. Now, how about you start thinking of a character now? A familiar set of colors catches your eye. A tall figure stands motionless, leaning his hands on the bridge's railing. Psst, Mr. Chad, isn't that the weird guy from yesterday? Sure enough, it's the same robes and everything. Second, yeah. Water time. Yeah, this game has got a weird, complicated story. Stick close to me and don't look in his direction. If something happens, you run to the school. What about you? I'll be alright. The two of you continue to walk briskly. People seem to walk past him with little concern. Some of them are even ignoring him completely. Maybe you both have the wrong idea? The two of you step onto the wooden bridge and make your way across. The man remains unchanged. Your heart begins to race faster with every step, the figure seemingly growing taller. You hold onto Thony's hand and keep him to the right side of your body, away from the robed man. It's finally time to pass by him. The man is completely still, looking at you from the corner of his vision. He continues to give you his back as he faces the lake. He suddenly reaches and grabs your hand, slipping his fingers in between yours for a second. What the fuck? You grit your teeth and swiftly rip your hand away. You move Thony in front of you and speed walk across the bridge with the kitten. You turn back to see the guy looking at you, his eyes seemingly scanning your body. What in the actual fuck? Before he fades away from you, he seems to focus on his palm and fingers. Despite Thony's quick speed, he didn't seem to notice what happened. You quickly look over your own palm, afraid he maybe have smeared something onto it, but it's completely clean. Something to say you know me, it's something else entirely to touch me like that. Thony leads you up the hill, both of you maintaining your jog. Finally, you both get into the park's lookout. The park's exit comes into view. You both pass it as you sigh in relief. We escaped, Mr. Chad. Mission accomplished. Who on earth is that guy? Have you ever seen him before in the park? I don't think I have, Mr. Chad. I feel like my mom and I would remember seeing someone that tall around here. Well, that doesn't bode well. Yeah, let's keep going. We're pretty close. It doesn't take much more walking to arrive at the bustling school entrance. You cross the street and are met by a familiar lion looking over the students. Good morning, Mr. Lorenzo. Why, good morning, Mr. Reyes and Mr. Chavez. It's Chad, sir. Chad, my apologies. I take it you are going to pick up Thony again today. Maybe. Kathy said she might pick him up today if I can. Good to know, Sir Chad. Alright, have a good day, Mr. Chad. Have a safe journey, Great Wizard. Mage! You let out a giggle. Yes, see you later, Mage, Thony. Bye! Thony waves to you before running into the school. The elderly lion sees you off as you start heading towards the cafe. You look around you as you stroll down the sidewalk, making sure not to be ambushed by rabbits building boxes. You finally arrive at the cafe, which seems to be desolate. You turn the handle, but it won't budge. You peer into the empty building and see no one inside. You look around the busy street, seeing if maybe Ginny had stepped into one of the shops before work. Well, there's no harm in looking. You begin to pace down the sidewalk, observing all the nearby shops and stores. The barber shop you saw yesterday is absolutely packed. The day just started and there's already people waiting inside. Second now. Water time. A lot of other businesses are beginning to stir to life, with employees unlocking the front doors and setting up outside chairs. Small groups of people and couples walk down the boulevard, happily dipping in and out of the storefronts. Ginny sure nailed it with the location. I'd be surprised if we don't get any customers. In between Ginny's cafe and neighboring business, there's a deep back alley. You peek into it and find trash bins here and there, with broken furniture sitting next to them. Before you can look around the street some more, you hear a voice call to you from the other end of the sidewalk. Yo, Chad! Yo, Chad, help me! Oh, God. You turn around and find Ginny carrying a pile of boxes and paint buckets, slowly getting closer to the cafe's entrance. You swiftly walk towards the struggling rabbit. Morning, Ginny. Let me get those for you. Sorry, I kept you waiting. It's almost like there was something slowing me down. I didn't know you were getting all this. Why didn't you call me when you needed help? I did, like 10 times. Huh? Before you can retrieve the boxes from Ginny, you grab your phone from your back pocket, unlocking it to see a slew of missed calls. Oh, God, Ginny, I'm so sorry. I'm really not used to having one of these smartphone doodads. How do I make the ringtone louder? I didn't even hear it when you were calling. You unlock the phone and try raising the volume with the two side buttons, but that doesn't seem to work. Huh, it doesn't only change the volume for music. But what about my ringtone? Check the settings. Oh, that makes sense. Is that a little gear thing, or would it be in the phone app? It's a freaking cog thing. Hurry up! You slowly navigate through the home screen trying to find the freaking cog thing. You find it, tap on it, and are soon met by a laundry list of menus. Notifications? No, that doesn't seem to be it. Oh, it's probably the sound section. You tap on the icon and are greeted by a sliding bar with the alerts subheading. You fidget around with the digital knob and finally get it to the loudest set it to the loudest setting. Alright, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our Night Safe for Work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!